Season of the Wish is upon us. As you can see, it is a winter over here. I got my blankie on, but we are bringing you some fire content with the new season here. Riven is back. Marasov is helping her out. Find her eggs, bring them back to her through the Riven's Lair, which is our new activity, going through a couple different options inside of this activity. We have some RNG going on, couple different mechanics, and then at the end some nice seasonal loot for you guys, and they go by very quick, so this is going to be a great way to farm those Season of the Wish engrams. So when we load in right here, you can see Big Riven hanging out in her ghostly form, leading us up a nice pathway to 3 different portals. Now these portals activate by standing on those pads in front of them. These lead to 3 different paths that we can go through with a couple different mechanics throughout, but it totally depends on some RNG on which encounter you go through. So when you go through that initial portal, just takes you to a certain area. Like I said, there will be a couple different mechanics that you will have to go through, but the same basic thing is there for each one, which is activating 3 plates, which will bring you to another portal, which brings you to our next encounter. So the 3 options that you have is going through. You will have Pervading Darkness on you with plates of light to extinguish that. There is another one where there are poison balls on the ground that when you get close to them, they will explode. So you will just have to grab the plate next to it and get out of there because it does hit pretty hard. And the other one that I have seen is avoiding a bunch of traps, some spikes, and some pusher walls, so they can kill you in that sense, but it is the same basic mechanic. Like I said, getting those 3 different plates that you stand on, activate them, and then it'll open a portal to take us into our next encounter, which again, little different baby mechanics, but overall, once you get to this second encounter, if you will, it is just ad clear in a sense, defeating enemies in a certain order, finishing with a yellow bar, defeating a certain type of enemy, whether it be a virus carrying Scorn or like one of the witches will be defeated, drop a flame where you have to ignite one of the pots around the area. So all different mechanics right there, but they are all very similar. Like I said, just ad clear, get to a certain point, defeat a yellow bar, a bunch of red bars, a certain enemy, and then you will be able to move on to another jumping puzzle, if you would call it that. But we are just going back through the section that we went through before, just in another way. So you will have to deal with, again, the same mechanics that you dealt with in that first one when collecting the 3 different plates. So you'll have to worry about Pervading Darkness, those poison spots, or the traps. So it is a rinse and repeat kind of deal. There will be 3 of those plates in different areas, but they don't move per path, if you will. So if you get the left hand path, the plates will always be in the same spot in the middle one. If you go through that and do that path, they will always be in the same spot, so you will get used to where all of those are. And again, once you activate all 3 plates, a portal will pop up and we go on to our final boss fight. Now the boss fight is on a rotation depending on the path you take, left, middle, or right, whichever one opens up for you. Again, a couple different mechanics that you will go through based on what you went through earlier. So you will have to take down shields of enemies via either those arc cannons. You will have to defeat some witches while defending against that Pervading Darkness to take off the shield of an ogre, and just some other things like with that virus, defeat a certain Scorn enemy with the virus to take down the shield of the 2 bosses. You have to have the virus, and then you cleanse yourself in the center plot. So there is a couple different things that you can do for these bosses, I should say. There are going to be about 6, it seems like, at the moment, because I've played a couple of the different paths forwards and backwards, having the same boss room, just different bosses, like a giant Hydra or one of those giant wyverns. So totally cool little thing. We got the wishes coming through, and like I said, you can complete these super quickly, 6 to 10 minutes depending on your fire team and the path that you get chosen from, that RNG like I said. And you can get that season loot for Season of the Wish and those engrams, which always by doing those seasonal challenges and turning in those engrams for armor at the helm, which is Riven this season, is a very good way to get that high stat armor for triple 100s, whatever you are going into with that. So it is a very good way to farm seasonal armor with high stats like I said, or if you're looking for some nice rolls on those new craftable weapons from this season, definitely a good way to go about that as well. And we get those Lair keys, which we use in the coil, which I will make a video about later as well, so definitely be on the lookout for that. Definitely got a lot of content coming out, builds, everything. Almost got my artifact maxed out on mods, so I can really start putting together some builds for y'all, so be on the lookout for that as well. Appreciate all the support lately. Let me catch y'all in the next one. Peace.